Wow, guys, what a crazy weekend we just got back from. MegaCon in Orlando, Florida continues to keep outdoing itself, bringing in these high-end celebrities like Todd McFarlane and stocking the whole event with these wide variety of vendors like Silver Regime, which, by the way, I don't think I've ever seen at a comic book convention. Silver Regime is typically a workout apparel company, but they have a lot of great t-shirts and shorts that have comic book characters, superheroes, stuff like that. So if you're into that, definitely check out their website. But I mean, overall, a 10 out of 10 for the show. I've lived in South Florida my whole life, and I've only been to MegaCon about 3 times in the last couple of years, and I'm happy to share my perspective and my thoughts on the show. You probably can hear from my tone of voice that I really like the show, and I think it's great. It's definitely a great show if you haven't had a chance to really attend a comic book convention and you really wanted to kind of see what it's all about. We do have some here in South Florida like SuperCon, but MegaCon I think just continues to keep evolving and just growing over time. And I'm excited to see what they do next year. We had an opportunity to hang out with our friends at AKA Supply in Artist Alley, which I think is one of the better areas at MegaCon, just because you get to meet a lot of the local artists, some comic book artists as well too, and really get to see their designs, their creativity, and see what they bring to the show, and even have a one-on-one conversation. It's a little different than, celebrities that come because you only have so much time to connect with them. But at least in Artist Alley, you really get to meet, some of these local artists and even had a chance to connect with them on social media and purchase some of their art as well. I do actually have some artwork that I picked up that I'm going to show you guys in just a second. But let's just circle to, my ratings on the show. First of all, the show is fantastic. I think, anybody who's looking to attend one, like I mentioned previously, being their first show, I highly recommend it. Take the time to go to one day, maybe the weekend, spend it with your friends or family. There's so many different things that are going on at the event, anywhere from, panels, after show events, tournaments if you like a lot of the TCG card games. Just there's something for everybody. And even if you don't like some of that stuff, I think it's just great to walk around and see the different vendors, do a little shopping, and just meet some, again, local artists or even vendors out there and have some conversations with them. But again, I think it's a 10 out of 10. The only thing I would say about the show is that because as it continues to keep growing, the traffic does get larger and larger. So if you're not a fan of big crowds, if you feel like you get claustrophobic, maybe going on an earlier day like Thursday. Thursday tends to be not as busy, especially when we go into those weekends. But again, I think that's my only thing I would say around it. I think the show was well organized. I think, their food setup was very well organized as well too. People could get in line to serve themselves, especially vendors, because again, we had a chance to hang out with our friends at AKA. So we were there for, all weekend and having the chance to connect with everybody there at the show. So we had to step away to eat sometimes. So I think it was well organized, just picking up our own food. And at the same time too, I think just the times they have opened and just letting people in was well organized as well. I don't think a lot of people, were rushing where they were getting pushed or shoved. So those are my perspectives on the show, and my biggest gripe is just the traffic, but there's not much you can do with it. As the years go on, we all start to become fans of superheroes and pop culture and comic books. There's something that everybody likes. So it's going to definitely drive traffic to the show, just because there's something for everybody. So that's my only thing around that. But aside from that, I think it's a fantastic show, and I hope it becomes one of the top shows in America. I know with New York City Comic Con and then obviously San Diego Comic Con being two of the biggest shows in the country, I think MegaCon is right behind them. If not, hopefully it's going to pass them. So that's my perspective on the show. Let me show you guys some of the things that I picked up, because not only were we there to hang out, but we were also kind of looking for some things that we want to pick up as well. So the first thing I wanted to kind of pick up for you, I want to show you guys is, I know I talked about it in a previous video, but the Roaring Moon. This was one of the cards. I know it's a little blurry right now, but this is one of the cards I wanted to pick up just to add to my Pokemon collection. I think the artwork is stunning on this card, and I'm happy to have it. I'm probably going to get it graded, to be honest with you, but I'm happy that I was able to pick that up. The next one is the Baymax promo. This promo was only available in Continentals or Regionals over the last Disney Lorcana events. As you guys know, I love playing Lorcana. I think it's one of the best games out there right now. I know it's still a little newer. Obviously, Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Still being a little older. But to have this card just in my collection is, I'm excited. And I might get it graded, but maybe not. But you guys, let me know in the comments down below if you guys think I should get these cards graded, or should I just keep them raw, you know? I'm not opposed to either, but I just like the artwork, and I wanted to add them to my collection. Next, I want to show you guys one of our friends at AKA Supply. They made coins, so if you're not familiar with AKA Supply, definitely check out their website and their Instagram. I'll leave a link down in the below to their handle. But they make coins, and I was able to pick up a Spider-Man one. It does, you know, I'm a very big fidgeter, and I like decision coins. So it's like pocket art, and I love to always carry it on me. So I was able to pick this up, and guys, I think the artwork that's done on this, or just the way they create them, is really, really amazing on how they do it. There is a Venom on it as well too, but I like to keep it sealed and just kind of keep it on my display. I do have another one that I do carry around, but I thought this was pretty cool. And then lastly, I wanted to show you guys this. One of the local artists that I met, his name's Neil Bogart, and he does a lot of his own, you know, sketches. Obviously, he draws up different pop culture characters, and we were able to pick up a Spawn, you know, from the show. Obviously, Tom McFarlane being there, it definitely inspired him. But not only did we get this, we also picked up the Malboja as well. These are all freehand draws. He signed them as well too. Definitely check out his Instagram. I think a lot of his artwork is fantastic. He does take a lot of time to, you know, obviously plan out his creations and take the time to draw them out. But he's local to Orlando, and I highly recommend definitely checking him out. I'll leave his Instagram down in the description. Let me know if you guys actually went to MegaCon, you know, and if you did, what did you like about the show? What didn't you like about the show? And if you picked up anything as well too. You know, I definitely recommend, you know, if you maybe are thinking about it, maybe you are kind of on the fence about attending the show. Again, the traffic probably being the biggest thing, or even just the parking. The parking was fairly easy, but I understand the challenge as well. But I definitely, you know, at least one time, check out the show. If you're a fan of, you know, again, all the different things in pop culture, I promise you're going to enjoy this show, and there is something for everybody. Even just going and cosplaying, a lot of the cosplays this year were kind of blew my mind. I mean, I think I didn't have a video of it, but there was a Mechagodzilla that was walking around. Whoever did that, I mean, 10 out of 10. You know, if you're looking to, you know, build something like that, I'm not too crafty in that, but take it and run with it. But even just something as simple as dressing up, you know, just in just regular clothes or however. Again, like I mentioned, there's things for everybody. Definitely attend the show at least one time. I promise you're going to enjoy it. But again, let me know in the comments down below if you attended the show, if you never attended the show, what are some advice you have for others, or what are some things you want to ask me? You know, again, I've been there 3 times. You know, we hang out with our friends at AKA Supply. Definitely can give you some advice, you know, on how to, you know, how the next show is going to be. Or if you guys are looking to maybe go all weekend, what's the best times to go, best things to attend. Definitely, you know, something that we can provide to you. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for taking the time to connect with me, you know, and just listen to my perspective. Again, you know, leave a comment down below, you know, if you attended the show. I'm excited to kind of hear your guys' perspectives and just your own advice on it. But don't forget to check out our other videos as well too right here, you know, and follow the Instagram. You know, I post a lot of stuff on there, anywhere from TCG and upcoming videos as well too. You know, a lot of Pokemon stuff and upcoming Lorcana stuff. But again, we're going to continue to keep doing videos around all these different TCG games, especially Union Arena, which is going to be our next video coming out. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll look for you guys in the next video.